Hey guys, you're watching Cran Clan, and this is our post E3 Sony conference video. We're gonna basically sum up everything they revealed and then give a little bit of our impressions. So, without further ado, we're just gonna get right into it because they revealed a lot of stuff. So, they had an intro. It was pretty cool. I thought Microsoft's was cooler, but it was cool. The background wallpaper in the background, it had a reserved symbol on it, which I thought was funny.
It did indeed.
They showed Last Guardian gameplay, which I know a lot of people got super excited for. It looked really repetitive in my opinion, but they had this game called Horizon Zero Dawn that they showed gameplay of. Redhead chick with a bow and arrow. It looked pretty cool. New Hitman game. There's a beta on PlayStation, and PlayStation gets 6 exclusive contracts and all that crap. Street Fighter V is coming exclusively to PlayStation, and there's going to be a beta if you pre-order it. No Man's Sky, they showed some gameplay, and the game looks ginormously large. Firewatch is coming to PS4. I guess it's a PC game. The people that made Little Big Planet and Tearaway decided to make this game called Dreams, where you draw whatever you want, but I have a feeling that it's basically just going to turn into a whole bunch of obscene stuff, because the world is super messed up. Bungie revealed Destiny the Taken King, which is like a $60 brand new like second game.
I want to talk about this because
Alright, you go ahead.
Like, I love Destiny. Like, I play it. I stopped playing it for a while because it was like, okay, why am I playing this game? And then it was like, oh my goodness, this game is actually way better. As soon as the House of Wolves released, I was like hyped as crap. And then they revealed the Taken King. They showed off the subclasses, the new subclasses for the hunter, the
Bow and arrow.
the hunter, the titan, and the warlock. Which I don't know why the flip I just blanked on their names.
Wow, good job.
Anyways, the hunter has like the void damage finally, and the void damage weapon they have is a bow and arrow, which looks like explodes into a bunch of arrows is one of the abilities. Alright, cool. It explodes into a bunch of arrows, which is one of the abilities. The Titan gets like a Warhammer, which is its fire ability. And the Warlock, it looked like shot lightning from his hands.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty awesome.
And it's probably going to add a whole bunch of story and all that kind of stuff, because it's a disc. You buy like a second disc.
It's like basically Destiny 2.
And
it's about Oryx, like the Hive King, getting revenge on you for killing his son.
Yep.
In the Dark Below expansion, the raid.
Looks pretty good. So, moving on to the next thing that they showed was AC Syndicate. They showed some of Evie Fry's gameplay. So they did confirm you can play as a girl. They showed her gameplay. It looked really epic. So that was cool. A new PlayStation exclusive game. It was a World of Final Fantasy where you play as like chibi, like really adorable characters. You should look it up. It's pretty great if you're a Final Fantasy fan, and it comes out 2016, so that's cool. Final Fantasy VII Remake is happening, and it comes out
Cloud McCloud
2016, but literally I'm going to move on because that's as much time as they gave the game in the panel. Bye. Yep. Okay, so they moved on to this other, they showed 4 games by one developer that I did not catch the name of, but these games are Ronin, which is like a ninja side-scroller, Eiter, E-I-T-R, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's basically pixelated Dark Souls. Mother Russia Bleeds, which I really did not know what that was, but it was pixelated. And then Crossing Souls, which was like a apocalypse in like the 1930s or something. Next game that people flipped out about, I had never heard of this game before. Apparently it was on the Dreamcast, but they are making Shenmue 3. Shenmue
Whoa.
3, everybody. No way. I did not know what it was. So there's that. After that, I was much more hyped for this. Arkham Knight trailer, it shows Joker being burned.
Yes, that way it's confirmed, like in
Joker
the comments,
is
that
dead.
He is dead. Completely dead.
Dead.
No way he's coming
and
back.
then they showed you I assume it's the intro to the game, like the tutorial almost.
Yeah.
Which looked great. If you're interested in that game, you can look it up, and you can see it in a few days actually, because we will be playing that game.
We will.
So check that out. They
awesome.
showed a lot about Project Morpheus and said that you could play it at the show floors and everything, and they revealed that they're making a multiplayer game for it called Riggs. I wasn't really that surprised because, I mean, multiplayer is a huge thing about gaming, so why wouldn't Project Morpheus have multiplayer stuff? You know what I mean? I really wasn't that surprised. But next thing they moved on to, PS Vue, PlayStation VUE is what it's called. PlayStation Vue, spelled completely wrong. It's a streaming service that you can use to watch TV and stuff. So if you can't afford cable, you can't afford PS Vue either. Woo! Woohoo! Alright, Black Ops 3 got campaign gameplay and multiplayer gameplay at Sony for some reason instead of Xbox. I don't know how much money Sony paid Activision to do this, but they also have the demo, the beta, is coming out on Sony before on Xbox, and I think that's just redonkulous because it always sells better on Xbox. I don't know why they'd give Sony all the special stuff, but yeah, it really doesn't make sense. But Black Ops moved the release date to November 6th instead of October probably because of Halo, to be honest. Then they did another gaming montage that had like God of War, Uncharted, all these games that they didn't actually talk about. They just put them into a montage, Final Fantasy 15. Then they showed Until Dawn a tiny little bit, like maybe a 30-second tease, and then stopped. Then they moved on to a PS Vita montage. Ooh. And this was the words that came out of my mouth when I saw this were, "Oh, thanks for remembering me, Dad." Because for the past 2 or 3 years, they've barely done anything with Vita. So it looks like they might have some decent games coming to Vita, but I don't know. I really wasn't paying that much attention. Next, Disney Infinity 3.0, the Star Wars one. It's you're gonna have exclusive stuff, of course, on Sony. You get Boba Fett before anyone else can, and you get the second playset before anyone else can. So if you're gonna get Disney Infinity 3, if you have any interest and you have a PS4, just get it on that.
Just get it.
Yeah. Then they showed Star Wars Battlefront missions. They didn't show any of that at EA. They showed multiplayer. Here they showed the missions, which is like the single player / co-op stuff. And the devs said that you could play as Luke Skywalker, not Walker.
No, Water.
Water. Luke Skywalker. New character confirmed.
And like, it would be one thing if they said it once, but they said this name twice.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
They're like, we're excited to say that Luke Skywalker is going to be in the game. We're like, oh.
And then my favorite part of the whole panel, they ended it off with a 7-minute gameplay demo of Uncharted 4.
Should have moved.
Which looked really, really cool. But what happened with it is the first time they played it, there's like a 30-second cutscene before the gameplay starts, and everything seemed to be working fine. NPCs were moving, sound was fine, but Nathan Drake was not moving. The dev just didn't have his hands on the controller right or something. And so instead of just being like, whoops, sorry guys, here we go, we're going to keep moving on, they just replayed the entire 30-second cutscene and then acted like nothing happened. It was quite weird. But it was a pretty epic demo.
Luckily as well, on YouTube, it does not have that glitch, so it just starts from the working demo.
Yep.
Which is good. So you can catch that on YouTube.
You can catch that. And no Killzone anything, which was cool. But they didn't show anything about Nathan Drake Collection, which comes out October 9th, I believe. In October, definitely. Or God of War 3 Remastered. They did not show anything about that.
It was in a montage, but literally
that's
just
true.
Kratos
Just like literally. And then they showed like Nathan Drake Collection, just the title in a montage. They didn't show any of the new gameplay. We don't know how good it's going to look, how bad it's going to look. All we know is that it's going to have a Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta, but it's not going to have the multiplayer for 1, 2, or 3 Uncharted, which is super dumb. But that was the Sony panel. They had so much stuff and teases. It was one of our least favorite because because E3 seemed to be having like a change of heart. Everything was going in different ways with Bethesda, Microsoft. Those were great panels. And then Sony just did the exact same thing they did last year. Just instead of 3 hours, they did it for 1.5. So that was our impressions. Do you have anything else to add, Nacho?
No.
Nope. All right. So thanks for tuning in to our post Sony panel video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to see our other post videos coming, and Arkham Knight. That game will be playing soon.
Knight. It's going to be amazing.
And you can catch our playthrough of Tomb Raider, which we are playing on PS4, to lead up to Rise of Tomb Raider on Xbox One.
Coming November 10th.
Yes, that will be great. See you guys in our next video.